Good morning. It's Friday, August 26th. In our editorial today, we talk about how it's time for the U.S. seafood industry to step up and defend the American system of fisheries management, which is increasingly under attack. One of these attacks is coming from halibut charter fishermen. Yesterday, we published a vitriolic opinion piece from a Homer-based charter operator in which he calls for overturning the entire 10-year process of halibut allocation. We've also seen a lot of personal attacks on members of the various fishery management councils. And unfortunately, in the North Pacific, Arnie Fugelwald's mistakes have given these critics some ammunition. But it's important for the industry to begin to push back. We cannot afford a public perception that somehow industry involvement in commercial fisheries is equal to corruption. And yet this is what the recreational critics are charging. And in New England, this is what a lot of the critics of fishery management are saying. They're attacking NOAA for being corrupt. Here's the problem. Fishery management in the U.S. has been wildly successful. And it's been successful because industry has a seat at the table. The idea of the management councils right from their beginning in 1976 was to bring the stakeholders together in an open and transparent process where industry concerns could get publicly addressed and discussed and put on the table, and the scientific information about fisheries could be evaluated. This is really unique. In many other parts of the world, fishery management is a government function only. And politicians trade off of fisheries as a way to enhance their careers. And of course, this leads to entire industries being sacrificed, and it certainly destroys any impetus for fish conservation. Well, there's a move afoot to really politicize U.S. fisheries. We look at the Alaska halibut charter fight. We look at the drumbeat against NOAA that's been going on in New England. We also look at the idea that people run to Congress to interfere with fish management when something goes against them in the regulatory decision process. I think that the seafood industry has got to recognize the benefits that they've gained from successful fishery management. If you look around the coast, Alaska pollock stocks have rebounded significantly. Maine lobster's at an all-time high. Summer flounder in New Jersey is restored. New England haddock is back to where it was in the 1960s and 70s. Gulf shrimp is going to be at the highest level it's been for 10 years. If you look at the West Coast, even the iconic salmon fishery, which was closed for several years, is now coming back and is reopened. All of this is a fantastic success story, but it's at risk if we allow enemies of the commercial industry to tag the fishery management process as tainted and corrupted. So in our editorial today, we say it's time to push back. In Lexington, Mass., this is John Sackton.